can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
News Radio 600. Kogo.
Welcome back to Trading and Investing with Ryan Cook and Larry Jacobson.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, then you missed Gregory Thomas. Really shed some light on some of the, I would say, the most common questions kind of rattling around in the market. You know, Gregory just got back from the Money Show down in Orlando. 4,000 or 5,000 visitors down there. We had a huge online trading academy booth. Bunch of different classes led by Gregory, Rick Smith. I know Chase was there, Irick was there, a huge team was there. Ryan was there.
We had all kinds of just one-to-many sessions. We had 1,000 people kind of pull up chairs, and we do a session with them, and everybody's really eager to learn. A lot of questions were about, how do I get more income, on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? What strategies are out there? How do I grow my portfolio? And really the one that we're hearing quite a bit of right now, how you protect your portfolio. And in the news, there's a lot of stuff going on. In fact, we just had a big headline. Did you see that one about household debt? It jumped to the worst and most in 12 years, according to the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, and I've got to say, post-holidays, my wife always tells me that our household debt just jumps to another all-time high. We're like, well, we love the kids, so we got to get them a new bike, But no, that's not surprising. We've talked a lot. That is a scary scenario, but we've talked a lot on this show, and even just other conversations, you, myself, other instructors, and a lot of times we'll reference even the national kind of savings rate and different things like that, and how it'll be even below 0% sometimes, And when you look at how our country is ran, even with the deficits that we're able to roll into, it's no wonder that, houses will follow that same suit. It's like, oh, well, if the government can spend more than they make, why can't we? Maybe we'll get an individual bailout one day rather than a big corporate bailout.
Well, the scariest part is not so much the fact that we hit, in fact, so total household debt rose $601 billion last year. That alone, isolation, we've been a trillion before.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the idea, though, is that history, I think, repeats itself.
Yeah.
And the last time we had it, this one was, guess what year? 2007.
Oh, nice.
What happened at the end of 2007?
That was another calm before the storm. And when you say history repeats itself, I believe that was a Winston Churchill, right? If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's one of the things where, we'll have 5-6 years between major market crashes, and as educators in this space, we try to keep that in front of people's, right in front of somebody's vision, right in their scope, because what happens is these scenarios start creeping out, and they end up in our peripherals. We're not really paying attention to them, and sure enough, as soon as we're not paying attention to it, we're doomed to repeat it. And here we are again, just like we were back a few different times, but even specifically back in this time period that you were just referencing, 2007.
And that was a 57% decrease.
Yeah.
From peak to trough.
Yeah.
Can you imagine take your account right now, anyone who's listening, take all your accounts that are in your 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, RSPs, TFSAs, whatever you have, anything in the stock market or mutual funds or ETFs, and just, cut it by more than half. How's that feel?
Yeah, and then even the repercussions that come from that, which are usually a fairly big collapse in the housing markets, which are job loss and everything that kind of follows suit with the economy. Or with the markets, because the markets and the economy, are two different things. The S&P 500 is 500 large cap companies that's managed by a group of economists at Standard & Poor's to be used as a leading indicator. It's out in front of the reality that we feel. And we feel it in our account, but then we feel it in our life after that. And that's where it becomes,
which is why we went to the Great Recession, and then we had to come out of as well. So,
what's some of the big news things, though, that are going on right now?
Yeah, right now, Tesla, it's up a little bit this year. It's had a good run, 100%.
Triple digits?
Triple digits. It's over 100% in 2020.
Whenever I hear stuff like that, and I don't follow Tesla on a daily basis, so, I I love to have a little bit of shock with it. It is genuine. I don't look at it every day. It's like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. But the thing I always look at, and I love your opinion on this, is so many times we hear, I'll talk to somebody and say, what kind of companies do you buy? And they'll say, oh, well, I buy this, that, and the other. Why do you buy it? Let's take Tesla, for example. They say, and this is just an example, they say, oh, well, I love their products. Because a lot of people do love the electric cars, and they love the direction it's taking us, as far as a world and a less of a carbon footprint. And that's actually what my brother did say to me the other day. And you can go on, and I love this, and I love that, and I love this. And one of the things we always talk about is make sure you're not making an emotional decision. And this is that time of love, as we were talking about, right? This is the time of love. And one of my old friends, Dan, used to always say, don't fall in love with your stocks because they're never going to love you back. Now, this is going to date my conversation with Dan, because he used to always say, it's just like me and Pamela Anderson. So the kids out there right now are like, who's that? This goes back. These are conversations maybe 15 or 20 years ago when I was just starting trading. But that was one of the things. Don't fall in love with your stocks. And so you see something like this, it's real easy for somebody to make an emotional decision, and with the FOMO, oh, I'm missing out, now I've got to get on, and they get caught at buying at all-time highs, which is what retail consumers do every day. We buy milk at an all-time high, too. We're comfortable doing that. It's an easy trap for people to fall into.
You know what it is? If I were to ask the audience right now, everyone to just immediately, I want you to do this. Okay, ready? Think of your favorite stock out there. What is it? You know what they just said?
Tesla.
Or
Apple.
Amazon.
Netflix.
It's all the same. And that was so funny when I was down at the Money Show. I'd ask someone, okay, let's go take a look at a stock. Every time it's Apple. Like, we've already done that 10 times today. Let's find something that isn't out there that maybe you're not looking at, but institutions are.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at something as like a Tesla or something, up 100%. I mean, that screams retail. And in any industry, professionals are buying at wholesale, they're selling at retail.
Yeah, Wall Street is a lot like Walmart, and that's one thing we talk about. At our introductory workshop, we actually talk quite a bit about the idea between retail prices and wholesale prices. And the institutions, they're like Wall Street is like Walmart. They want to buy low, sell high, buy at wholesale, sell retail. And one of the things, we should probably get some people to come to that workshop, because that actually is pretty awesome.
We can do a little giveaway right now.
Let's do it.
That's where you cover this stuff. That's where you introduce it. Well, right now, I've got a class coming up in your area. Like Gregor was just saying, this is where we've introduced thousands of students, thousands of individuals just like you to our patented core strategy, which is designed to help you make better investing decisions. Now, in just a second, you're going to be able to win a set of those passes. Get that phone ready and pull on over. Also, we're going to throw in a Professional Insiders kit, packed with lessons from some of our top instructors. This makes it so you can start learning right now. The number is 877-399-8723. That's 877-399-8723. Or go ahead and register online at freeotaclass.com. But I do think that this wholesale retail concept is an important one, and I think it's one that is so simple, and my opinion of simple things is they're the first things that are overlooked.
But when you come to the workshop, it's interesting, we'll talk about the difference between retail and wholesale, and most people go, yeah, no, I buy at wholesale prices. And then when you actually take them through several examples, and we actually have a quiz we put into it, all of a sudden people go, whoa, I can't believe all these years I was getting taken by technical indicators, which are telling me to buy, which might not, should be, by analysts who are upgrading stocks when, you think, oh, it's upgraded, I gotta buy.
This is great for you to buy.
The trend, the trend is your friend. We hear it all the time. And exactly, and sometimes when you look at it, when you go ahead and you actually short a market, we'll talk more about that when you come to the workshop, how to make money on the downside. You're doing it when there's great news, when the stock is in an uptrend, when all the technical indicators are telling you to buy, when the analysts have just